The National Football League would forever change in 2001, exactly where I stand, when tragedy beset the training camp for the Minnesota Vikings. This is back in the day when professional football teams would often go off-site to a place where they'd go for 3 weeks to train. And that's exactly what happened here at Minnesota State University, Mankato. When the players came down here, they were struggling with an incredibly hot summer. 98 degrees was the weather. It was the steroid era when players were encouraged to bulk up, and many of them were well in excess of 300 pounds. One of those players was number 77, Korey Stringer. Korey Stringer was in full pads at practice when he started to suffer from the effects of heat stroke. He vomited not once, not twice, but 3 times, but insisted on continuing to play. You have to understand that the pressure for these players to perform during training camp when decisions about the starting roster are being made was immeasurable. And so he plays through it, eventually loses consciousness while walking back to the locker room, and he's brought to our local hospital, Emmanuel St. Joseph's Hospital. When he's admitted, he has a fever of 108 degrees, or an internal temperature of 108 degrees, and there really is no coming back from that. He died, and later that season, his number, 77, was retired. But the effects throughout the NFL are still felt. Players don't do full padded practice nearly as often anymore. They wore loose clothing rather than the tight clothes that kept the heat inside. And they always have a doctor, shade, and water on site at all times as a result of this tragedy here in Mankato, Minnesota in 2001.